By the way, did you know that you can review your story progress in the story chart section? You can also see the choices made by other players there. Did you know the motto of Detroit is, "We hope for better things"? I hope you're okay today. I know sometimes things can be difficult, but I'm here for you. If you find the game too easy or too difficult, remember you can change the difficulty settings in the options section. I hope you're okay today. I know sometimes things can be difficult, but I'm here for you.
Thanks, TV. I was about to say something, but you had to interrupt. Hello, welcome again to the VerA channel. I'm your host, VerA Proxima, filming live on location from a back alley that I'm currently streaming from. Long story, don't ask about it. Hello, Taliner. Welcome back to the chat. I haven't seen you in a while. How's it been? How you been this year? It's been like a few months, I think. Hope you're doing well, though. good timing to jump in though, because today we're going to start something brand new. With this whole hunting for a new studio to film from, a new home base, I figured we might as well start, looking at some cities we could live in. And then this came along and was like, bam, I'm a city. And I was like, sure enough, let's check it out and see if that's a good place for me. I'm looking for a place that would be a very good fit for a human like me. And this seemed to check all of the right boxes. But before we get into that, I'm going to throw us over to the schedule real quick, because I got to keep advertising this while I still can. There we go. All right. So tomorrow I've got a big party stream going on.
By the way, I'm an ST200 model. I mean, I thought you might be interested to know that.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. Random TV person. I think that's our guide or something. I have no idea. Anyway, so tomorrow we're going to be doing a big affiliate / 100 follower celebration party thing on the channel. Yay! I'm just kind of move myself over. There we go. So here's what we got. We got 2 conflicting pieces of audio going on. That's one thing for sure. I'll just mute the Elgato for a second. You don't need to hear that. I'll just suffer through dual music on my end. So tomorrow, same time as this one, much bigger stream. At 3 o'clock, gonna start it and just do like some, just chat stuff, do some Q&A. I have a curious cat. Let me make sure that that's actually on the Twitch page today. Oh no, Head, don't do that. My camera does not like me right now. Please ignore that. Yeah, we're gonna start with just chatting, Q&A stuff, whatever. 4 o'clock, we're gonna start doing multiplayer with the chat. We're gonna play 100% Orange Juice. It's on Steam right now. It's always on Steam, but you play it on Steam. It's cheap. It's not on sale anymore. It was like $2 most of this week, and now it's like back to $6. But if you want to play, you can jump in on that. We're gonna do a few games of it. Play it for a couple hours. They actually added mod support, so you can make the game all sorts of crazy. They got a bunch of they got Toho, they got Mario, they got VTubers like me. I'm not in it. I mean, VTubers like me, not me specifically. But you can do a whole bunch of cool stuff, and you guys can play, and it's a fun game, and everyone can get involved in that, and they can also get involved in the next thing we're going to do after that, which is Ocarina of Time randomizer with crowd control. Yay! So if anyone's seen my Earthbound streams, that's a randomizer. All the doors take us to random places. All of the gear and stuff is randomized. It's pure hell. It's just a train wreck in game form. Great stuff. I tried this one out very briefly to make sure it works, and it does. And it's going to be terrible because we don't even have the sword, and I don't even know how long it's going to take us to get a sword. So that's a great start to a game. We'll see how far we can get in it. The crowd control means that you, the viewer, can make stuff happen. You can give me power-ups, or you can screw me over and leave me to die. Either way, I don't mind. It's all for fun. And I made it as cheap as possible because sometimes crowd control can cost a bit of money. And Talinar, thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate it. Enjoy your emotes, and thank you for the sub. But yeah, so the crowd control, they give you 50 points to start, and then if you want more points, they normally make you buy them with either bits or you can cash and redeem points for them. So what I did was I turned down the cost of literally everything in the game to 1 crowd control point, which means everybody gets 50 things they can do for free, which means you are welcome to spam the hell out of everything, and you shouldn't have to, drop your redeem points. You shouldn't have to drop any actual money. It's just fun and games, and hopefully that goes well. We'll see if we can make any progress whatsoever, but yeah, I hope that's how it works out. And it's not a complete nightmare, but everything seems to be working. I did a test of it earlier this week. So yeah, I hope people can swing by tomorrow. And if not, there will be a VOD up, so you can always catch that later. But back to what we were doing, the Detroit experience. I'm sure this is going to be a very thorough and accurate guide, telling us everything we know as potential new residents of the city of Detroit. So let's just jump right into it, and it'll be a great time. Actually, before we do that even, I still have this Sephiroth banner going across the top of the screen, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, so I think I'm probably going to turn that off. Free ad space is off, and just so people know, That banner was, there's an ad redeem where you can just kind of get whatever you want spammed across the top of the screen, and it'll just stay there until someone else replaces it. Right now I turned it off just because it would be confusing to have Sephiroth show up in this, but that's fine. It was there like for the second half of last stream, and we have a whole bunch of side alerts and just a whole bunch of stuff. It's exciting. All right, let's jump right into it. All right. So what is going on here? Make that a little bit smaller so everyone can enjoy the experience together. Not without messing up the window on here. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so we are going to be learning about Detroit today. I hope you are all prepared for a very, very exciting journey. So let's see, this is just the Visit Detroit website. This seemed like the best place to get started on all of this. They seem like they probably have the most information, or at least the most information they want to know, want us to know. There might be some like cool secret stuff that they're not advertising. We're gonna have to dig a little deeper for that. That's fine. That's fine, we'll find it. But let's see what we got first. So there's a lot to look at here. I think we're gonna start with the Visit menu. All right, things to do, Detroit experiences. Perfect. So let's see what we have in the Detroit Experiences category. First, okay, so this seems like a whole bunch of packages you can buy. We don't really need that. What is free? Let's look at the culture. Culture seems very important. So we have Detroit Renewal and Refuel. Don't know what that is. Okay, you know what? That's not what we want either. Experiences sounds like money. We don't need to be spending money right now. We need to be finding out about museums and historical sites. Everybody loves museums and historical sites. So we have the Motown Museum. Long known as Hitsville, USA, the museum is home of the world-famous Studio A, where the Temptations, Marvin Gaye, and countless others recorded with the Funk Brothers. Group rates available for 20 or more visitors. We don't care about the group rates. We're just doing a video slash web tour right now, so don't bother buying your ticket right now. Welcome to the chat button. Do these experiences help with one's efforts to become Detroit? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how Detroit would these experiences make one feel? I mean, I would hope they would make you feel very Detroit. This is the only way to become Detroit that I'm aware of. And so we need to get to the bottom of it and figure out exactly what the key factors are to become, you know, the embodiment of the Detroit spirits. That word starts to mean nothing after I say Detroit enough times, so I'm probably going to start to butcher it as the stream goes on. That's okay. Alright, so we got the D discount pass. We don't care about that. It is closed due to the pandemic, so if you're planning to go to this museum, you're going to have to wait a little bit. Wait until the pandemic's done, then you can go and check it out. But it's got a lot of good music history going on. Let's see, do we have any good pictures of it? We're going to find some good pictures of it. So Motown Museum Experience. Alright. See what events they got going on. Don't care about that. Visits. Oh, we got a good picture of the out front here. It's a very, very house-looking museum. It's like two houses stuck together in museum form. So that's something. Doesn't seem like a super large museum for the, you know, those are some pretty large names they're showing off there. Marvin Gaye, the Temptations, huge names in music. So that's quite a lot. Rocket Time, welcome to the stream. We are just diving into the world of Detroit and learning everything we can to become the best humans Detroit has to offer. Is it the best city in the world? Who knows? We're about to find out. Alright, so back there, our mission to preserve, promote, and celebrate the authentic Motown story as a platform for others to flourish as thinkers, creators, neighbors, and entrepreneurs. Fantastic. Our vision, that all generations will come to know, be inspired, and transformed by the legacy, sound, and unparalleled culture and social impact of Motown. Here we got some great historical photos. There's some actual music happening in that one. That's very exciting. You can have Motown in Detroit, Rocket Time. I mean, as you can clearly see here, you can absolutely have Motown. All right, but we got a lot of things to look at. We can't just stop at Detroit Museum. We got to keep going down the list. What else do we have on display here? We can save 20% on something, but we're not going to worry about that. Diamond Jack's River Tours. Okay, so you can ride a boat around. That's pretty cool. Probably pricey though, but it's probably free to just come check out the Henry Ford Museum. There might be like admission and it might be closed, but at the very least you can look at the building, and that's like half the battle right there. All right, see here, she is checking out a car at the Henry Ford Museum because Henry Ford, as you may not be aware, made cars. You know, Ford Cars, Henry Ford, there's an association there, right? It's because he was the one who made the Ford car company that makes the cars. He was an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a hard word to say. I'm not going to use that more than I have to this stream. 3 must-see attractions, 250 acres of unexpected, one awe-inspiring experience. Henry Ford, Discover America, the culture, inventions, people, and can-do spirit, and hundreds of hands-on ways to explore it, enjoy it, and be inspired by it. Prepare to be astounded by these attractions: Henry Ford Museum of American Innovation, Greenfield Village, and Ford Rouge Factory Tour. An actual factory tour. I worked in a factory for a while, and that ended terribly. We're not going to talk about it. Not a long job. That's fine. Don't work in a factory unless you're prepared to not pass out drinking the product you're manufacturing for people. Moving on. We got any more good pictures here? Yes, we do. That is not the Henry Ford Museum. That is in fact a bus. There are children on a bus. That's a Ford. This right here is a Ford. This is a newer Ford. This is not one of the old Fords that would have been in Henry Ford's time. This is like Henry Ford's great-great-grandkids' time. I don't know if the Ford family is still involved specifically with the company. I assume there's some involvements, but you know, sometimes these names outlive the people whose names actually are on the box. You know, entrepreneur, but also very human. That's rights. That is rights. All right, we got the this is the Greenfield Village. This was one of their other attractions. It's got trains. Henry Ford also apparently invented this train. This is Henry Ford's train. He rode this to work every day because as an entrepreneur, you have to ride trains a lot because trains are cool. This is probably closer to the car he would actually be driving around in and inventing back in the day, with this nice Colonel Sanders looking fella over here and this happy family going for a ride. And I think that's about all we need to know about the Henry Ford Museum. I hope you guys are enjoying your tour so far. There will not be snacks on this tour, as I don't know how to give you snacks through the chat. There's kind of a digital barrier, so I hope you have your own snacks prepared, but I will continue to try to entertain and educate you on the wonders of Detroit in the meantime. You gave yourself eye tracking. That is fantastic. Eye tracking is wonderful. It makes a big difference. Now, my mouth tracking is still a little rough, so I pretty much rely on my eye tracking for anything, which is also still a little rough because my camera's not great, but it really, really makes your model shine. I am very excited to see that. I might have to catch a clip of your channel later and see that eye tracking in progress. Okay, where are we going now? We are going to, we've got Bronner's Christmas Wonderland. If we want to get seasonal with it, you know, Christmas time is coming up here in, what, like 24 days? Is today the 1st? Is today the 2nd? I don't know what day it is. Either way, this is Christmas month. It's also Hanukkah month. It's Hanukkah right now. Today is actually the 5th day of Hanukkah. If you celebrate Hanukkah, happy 5th day of Hanukkah to you today. I'm sorry this is not a Hanukkah Wonderland, but I hope you can still enjoy it, and I hope you're having a wonderful holiday. There's other holidays this month too, but I don't know any of the dates, so those are the two I can provide you with. Anyway, back to the Wonderland exhibit. Bronner's Christmas Wonderland seems to be some sort of store, but it seems like a magical store that probably has elves in it, and that's kind of what people are after during this part of the year. Bronner's Christmas Wonderland is the world's largest Christmas store, featuring more than 50,000 trims and gifts, Silent Night Chapel replica, and Christmas lighting display nightly. So this is basically a show all in itself. It might be a store, but you can come here just to see the pretty lights. And sometimes that's all you need to have a good time. Sometimes the best present is just seeing some flashing light bulbs on the tree. And that's something to think about. I want to see a picture of the front of this place. Is it Christmassy outside too? Bronner's Christmas Wonderland. Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that! It's very, very biblical fronts. If you know Bible characters, those are probably some of them. I don't, but that right there is an angel. I know that's an angel, and that's probably the baby Santa right there in the middle, who the holiday is named for. Let's get back to more attractions while we're here, shall we? Yeah, the College for the Creative Studies. We don't need to go too deep into this one, but you know, if you're a creative person and you're looking to go to a creative college, maybe you're going to do some creative writing, or some creative arts, or some creative dance, or some creative drama, or some creative science, or some creative anything. This is the place for you. I think that's a pretty thorough, that's enough to know. Also, I went over to the Ford House. This is associated also with Henry Ford. We don't need to look too much into it, but it looks like a very nice old house. I believe this would be the house that he built the cars in. He would drive the cars around inside of this. They were a lot smaller back then to, navigate around the furniture. All right, we have a market. You know, you always need to have a good farmer's market. You can get your eggplants. I think that's an eggplant. Actually, it looks like a bell pepper, but a purple bell pepper. I didn't know bell peppers came in purple, but if you were looking for a purple bell pepper, go to Detroit, they got you covered. It's got many creativities, often involving pretty lights. That's right, Button. Right on the money. Button gets it. Button's got that Detroit spirit running through him, and be like Button and be Detroit. Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. So this seems to probably be some pretty historically important landmark stuff going on here. Probably a lot of interesting people from history. Let's see here. Founded in 1965, the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History has for over half a century been a leading institution dedicated to the African American experience. The Wright Museum provides learning opportunities, exhibitions, programs, and events based on collections and research that explore the diverse history and culture of African Americans and their African origins. So, see if we have any famous people shown off in here, or just the building. It's a cool building. You got all the different flags. I assume these are all different countries in Africa. Well, that's Canada. That is a Canadian flag right there. I don't know my flags at all. There are a lot of flags. Believe it or not, there are flags from a lot of countries. All of them, I'm not sure, but most of them, absolutely. And that's like, there's hundreds of those. There's at least like a couple dozen countries out there, and they all have flags. So that is a very cool entrance. There seems to be like some traditional art up here. I like that. Sorry, wow, this menu is really invasive if you're trying to like use the mouse for stuff. Not a whole lot of pictures up there. Oh wait, we do have a virtual tour right here though. And I mean, that's probably too big because it's full screen and this is not sized properly for full screen. That's okay. You can kind of see what's going on there, and my head can just kind of break again. My neck is really not like working these days, so if you ever see my head just twist awkwardly, don't worry too much about it. It's a very nice view that they have here, though. So let's close that because that is taking my frame rate. And we're done with that, so let's move on to our next exhibit of the day. The Parade Company. It's a museum, but it's also a company that sells parades. Most parades are actually manufactured in Detroit at the Parade Company. These horses actually construct most of the parade. Stop doing that. These horses construct most of the parades that you see. So, you know, we had the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. These horses were probably the ones who put that together for you. Was there a big SpongeBob float? I don't know. I didn't actually watch the parade. Maybe there was like an Among Us float. Maybe there was, what are the cartoons that kids watch these days? Those ones are in there. Goku was always in the parade, right? Goku was made by these horses for the parade at the parade company in Detroit. So you can thank Detroit for that as well. Founded in 1984, the parade company's mission is to fund, create, and execute the best family event in Metro Detroit's. Parade company staff, the board of directors, and thousands of parade volunteers work year-round to bring a wide variety of magnificent events to the city of Detroit each year, including the Target fireworks and America's Thanksgiving Parade. Neither of those are Macy's, but I'm going to assume what I said was right because I'm not lying to you. I'm giving you an edutainment tour. You feel so much more educated about Detroit, the process of becoming Detroit, and the pretty lights involved in both. Good. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Just keep learning like that. Keep being informed, and become the expert on Detroit the world needs you to be. All right, let's keep going. Let's speed up the pace a little bit. We got a lot to get through, and I've been taking way too much time on just a few attractions here. So we have the pubic pottery exhibit. Puabic. Do not miss the middle syllable. Puabic pottery exhibit. Founded in 1903 during the arts and crafts movement. The Puabic is nationally renowned for its tile and pottery and unique glazes. Visit it. All right. Sounds great. Are there more pictures than that? No? No? Okay, that's fine. Well, butchered the pronunciation on that, so I'm going to duck out quickly. Holocaust Memorial Center seems very important. Too important for me to probably be covering on the quality of tour I'm giving right now. Polish Art Center. I might get some good pictures of eggs here. That's a good picture of eggs. There's a lot of Polish egg art. Okay, Banner. I get that you like doing that, but please stop. I'm trying to show off a bunch of eggs to people. Okay. Moving on. So many more things to look at. We got the Arab American National Museum. Give me a few pictures, please. Here we go. Actual picture selection. This seems to be like a roof or a wall. That is definitely that is a cool ceiling. That is a cool ass ceiling. I want that ceiling. That's probably a very expensive ceiling. I don't think most people can afford that ceiling. That's why it's in a museum and not in your house. And this is a nice mosaic wall, and apparently you can put your hand on it and feel that it's a mosaic wall and not a fake mosaic wall, in case you were concerned that they were lying about it. But I mean, that looks like a pretty convincing mosaic wall. I don't think they would be lying. Moving onward, we have so much to cover. Like the public library. Are there going to be books in this library? I don't know. Do you think there's books in the library? There's probably books in the library. I have a book. I'm gonna grab my book. Ignore the fourth wall breaking objects panel. I did have a book in here though. Where is my book? There's my book. It's a little out of season. It's a little big, so we're just gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend that it's not a spooky Halloween book. And oh look, believe it or not, there's more information on Detroit right here in this book, and it says Detroit is very cool and had zombies in it one time. That seems like a very strange thing to include in a book, but that's okay. Let's keep going with the tour. So let's see, public library. You know, I feel like we could get some better pictures of the Detroit Public Library, because libraries, believe it or not, are very big. Pub library, close enough. Libraries are very big buildings, and often pretty cool looking buildings. So we go over here. Probably got to be careful with the Google image searches, but I don't think too much bad stuff's going to pop up on Detroit Public Library, so we should probably be fine with that. Wow, look at that. That is a very cool looking. That is not a big picture at all. Okay, hold on. We'll do it the right way. No, I don't want to read your article. I don't want to read it. There you go. Hi, Zombie. That's like iRobot and That's kind of like a robot I saw that seemed to already have become Detroit, so that book must have all kinds of useful info on how to become Detroits. I like the way you think. That seems like there might be a good through line there. I'll have to do some more research in this book later. I'm going to work with the website for now, but I'll give you a breakdown on anything I can find in this book that might help us to become more Detroits. But this is cool looking. This is it's got some fancy looking paintings. Look at those paintings. This one's got this is a horse, not to be confused with the horses from the parade company. This horse probably did not construct any parades. This horse was actually getting rode. This horse was a mount that was being mounted. That seems to be the Pope, and a guy sitting. I'm assuming he's not on a toilet. I'm assuming he's on a chair, but it looks like he's sitting and reading a newspaper. It's probably a very good newspaper. This seems like a lot of people from a very long time ago. Most of these people are probably dead, but I'm sure they lived long, happy lives. These are cool. These are very cool. Very cool. Look at these beautiful, beautiful chandeliers, available only in the Detroit Library. If you tried to buy one of these chandeliers for your house, again, it would be very expensive. Probably not as expensive as the ceiling of the Arab Museum, because that is a ceiling and this is a chandelier, and those are two different price points, but this would still probably cost you at least multiple thousands of dollars. Mountain Red Horses got it. I bet the list of things probably needed in the overall process of how to achieve Detroit. I mean, those paintings are probably the origins of Detroit themselves, and they wouldn't put a horse up there if you weren't supposed to mount horses to get to Detroit, to live in Detroit, and to be Detroit. Always ride a horse if you're in Detroit, and if you're not riding a horse, you're probably not really from Detroit. I would know this because I've been researching Detroit for a good 20 minutes now, and that's all the information I need to know that this is accurate. Let's get back to the action, back into whatever page we were on initially. Here we are, Detroit Public Library. We're done with the library. You got enough of a feel for the library. Moral of the story, libraries are cool. That's a very cool looking library. Congratulations to the architect of that library. I hope you are very proud. You're probably dead. Also, that's fine. I hope you had a very proud, happy life. Being the constructor of the Detroit Public Library, it is very finely crafted, and you did good work. And I am proud of you, as I would assume all of the chat is as well. And you are very welcome for the informative journey of learning that is Detroit Educational Tour Online.gov.edu/information. This is a turtle. This is a sea turtle, right? These actually, sea turtles are native to Detroit. It's easy to tell that they're from Detroit because they have tortoise-like features, right? Their features are very tortoise-like, but you might notice they're a little different. That's because this isn't a tortoise. That's because this is a turtle. You see these like fins here. They have these too. It's a sea turtle. It's a sea turtle. It's not a sea tortoise. It's a sea turtle. Get that detail right, please. What does that mean? Do I understand right? Figuring from the title, Detroit Become Human, that having become Detroit, you can transition directly to being human. Well, I mean, you start human before you go to Detroit. I'm human. You're human, presumably. Rocket's probably human, presumably. Eleanor, you're probably human. I would assume everyone in the room is human. But we become even more human by living the human experience. And what better place to live the human experience than one of the most human cities in the world, the same museum where horses build parade floats. If I do this for every game that's based in a real live location, I got to get you to play Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. I could potentially play those eventually. Those games seem like very big time sinks, but I hear they're very good, so I would definitely consider doing that at some point. And there's probably a lot of good lore to go with them as well, being the Wild Wild Wests. Also, I know those horses have a lot of very specific, weird detail on them. And that's about as deep as my understanding of that universe goes. You can also play cards and go to the store. It's pretty cool. You know where else you can go to the store? There's a lot of places you can go to the store. But one place I can guarantee has a lot of stores in it is Detroit. Detroit is full of stores. All sorts of stores. Convenience stores, grocery stores, clothing stores. I didn't know if you wanted that information getting out. You know, if you're fine with people knowing you're a parasite, then Rocket Time is a parasite. Hello, Gothic Crow. Welcome to Detroit. We are becoming all the more human through all of this human culture that we are gaining from the city of Detroit. It's one of the many beautiful attractions this world has to offer. Right now, we are learning about sea turtles, not to be confused with sea tortoises, which I don't think are a thing. Anyway, let's get back to this. So this is I do like the look of this sea turtle. I also like that it's kind of like looking down on you. I like it when a sea turtle looks down on me, because sea turtles should have that level of confidence. It really elevates their place in society, and I think, you know, personally, if they had a sea turtle mayor in Detroit, I would vote for them, because I think that sea turtles know what Detroit needs best, and also they're very good at swimming. So those are two great stances that I will take to my grave. And these are jellyfish. I don't know what kind of jellyfish. Actually, they call them sea jellies now because they're not actually fish. If you notice the lack of fishes, notice the lack of them not being fishes. These are sea jellies, but also jellyfish because that's just what I'm used to saying. They're like plastic bags, but they're alive and they think. And one day they will take over the world and kill everything else that we know and love and destroy the ecosystem. But not before we destroy it first. So we're kind of in like an arms race with the sea jelly / jellyfishes right now to see who can destroy everything first. What do we got going on here? Honestly, if you want to play Back for Blood IRL. That sounds like, that sounds dangerous. Back for Blood IRL sounds very dangerous. I haven't played Back for Blood, but I played Left 4 Dead, and that sounds like a lot of zombies. I'm kind of out of my zombie phase for the time being. I was stuck in that for like a month and a half, so might come back to that later though. Oh, that's a shark. That's a shark. This is a human child, obviously. This right here is the shark though. Hopefully my mouse is showing up on all of this. It is. No, wait, that's my mouse. I don't know if you were seeing the mouse. That's fine. This is a shark, and this is a human child. If you're not seeing my mouse, then I've been circling things for the last 30 minutes, and that hasn't really been doing anything to show you guys. Are these Detroit sea jellies or Sea Detroit jellies? I mean, they're probably from Sea Detroit. There are two portions of Detroit. There's regular Detroit and Sea Detroit. That's how all these things are swimming around. Part of the city is submerged and actually in the ocean. If you look at a map, you'll see that the ocean is right there in the middle of Detroit. Can't miss it. Do we have any other fish here? Oh, those are human children as well, not actually fish. What else have we got going on here? We have the Legoland. Legoland? They have a Legoland in Detroit, you guys. They have a Legoland in Detroit. Do you like Legos? I like Legos. Do you like Legos? Please tell me you like Legos. Tell me you like Legos. If you don't like Legos, this stream is over right now. So tell me you like Legos. Tell me you like Legos or this stream is over. All the water and jellies were a little confusing. In my defense, the child does have what could easily be tentacles on its head. But now I see how clearly it is human child hanging out with a shark, as human children often. Yeah, it gets a little confusing at times. I'm a very trained eye for this stuff. I've been doing these tours for approximately half an hour now, and as such, my eyes are very good at detecting the subtle differences between a human child and their playmate, the shark. The features are very similar, though. Believe it or not, fish and humans, which are normally considered mammals, are both animals, right? And you know what else is an animal? Detroit. It's a living, breathing animal. And its cells are the population of the city. And those cells are what give it life. So we've just been seeing the shell of its life. We haven't been seeing the people itself. But you know what else is the shell of a person? A Lego man. And this is a Lego man right here. So this one right here is a Lego man. And these three on the left, I believe, are okay, yeah, those are human. You love Legos, and fun fact, you have to have a kid with you if you go to Legoland. Is that true? I guess that seems kind of strange, actually. Obviously, there's certain attractions I feel like they would make are only for kids. But I know that there's like a very large community of people who just do like the big sculpture. Like they make like the large, like, this is a 10,000 piece sculpture of, I don't know, Johnny Depp wearing a baseball cap. Like, just because they can, and it's these like super elaborate builds they'll spend like years working on. And I know that part of Legoland is these giant displays, so I think that would be actually geared towards an older audience. So you think at least part of the park would be open to older people. But obviously, you know when adults running around in like the Lego play pit, and the rides might be scaled for children, and children focused. You don't want the adults occupying all of that space so the kids can't. Legos you like them, good. You have to offer a trade of at least one child soul along with the cost of admission, right? Okay. That seems pretty legit. I mean, they have to keep the rides running somehow, and electricity gets expensive, so the one child soul rule does actually match up pretty well with that. Anyway, this is not an actual firefighter. This is a Lego man who looks like a firefighter. I have very good eyes and I can detect these things. Robots, for instance, and artificial intelligences, they aren't able to recognize those differences because they're dumb. But I can recognize those differences because I'm a human. That's why CAPTCHAs work on the internet so well, is because robots can't detect the difference between a CAPTCHA of like a tree and a CAPTCHA of a bush. And while that tree and the bush might look the same thing, and that green shirt that guy is wearing in the corner does look a lot like a bush. It's not actually a bush, it's a green shirt. And that's how you trick a robot. And so that Lego fireman looks kind of like it could be a human, but it's not, because I'm human and I know better than that. Kid doesn't have to be yours. Well, that makes it easy, because then there's no like real, personal loss involved. So that's a good. Here we, these aren't even Legos these kids are playing with. These are like Duplos. You only see biomass. Oh, well, a lot of these images must be a little blurry to you, so apologies for that one. But at least you can see that there's some people enjoying the Detroit experience. There seem to be small snakes coming out of the tire of this Lego car, so that's pretty good too. This is a Lego ship, but something interesting about this Lego ship that they don't always cover in Detroit school normally is that the sails are slices of pizza, and two of them have proper pepperonis, but one of them has blue pepperonis. And the reason for this is because, have you ever seen a blue pepperoni? Because I haven't. Someone needed to know what that looked like. Now we know. Entrepreneurs. Shit, I used the word again. I told myself I would stop saying it because it's confusing to me. That's fine. Blue pepperonis. This is what they would look like as envisioned as the sail on a Lego ship. This is not an actual ship. If you put this in Sea Detroit, it would probably sink. But this is a replica of an actual ship you can find in Sea Detroit, I'm sure. Well, there you go. There's your Legoland experience. Are we all learning still? Damn Mega Bloks. Yeah, Mega Bloks are. What's rough about Mega Bloks is when you get some Mega Bloks and you're like, oh wow, I got new Legos, and they're actually Mega Bloks, and you try to stick them into the Legos, but then they don't stick because the holes are different sizes, and then you die a sad and tragic death because your toys don't fit together properly, and your childhood is ruined forever. At which point you might as well be sacrificed to the Legoland because there's nothing left to live for, and they need your energy to run their roller coasters. We have the Science Museum, Science Center, sorry, this is not a museum, it's a center, there's a distinction. It's very colorful, I can say that much. It has a lot of children in it. All of these things seem to be very full of children. I'm willing to bet that Detroit's population is 90% children based off of the photos they've been showing us. Again, very good power source for Legoland, but probably a good power source for other parts of the city as well. Also, they keep the Sharks company, as we saw at the aquarium previously. So here they are in outer space. Weddings in Detroit often happen in space, because in space there's more space for a wedding. Because Detroit is a very full city, and to book out place for a wedding requires space that they don't have, so outer space is the only solution available. I don't know what's going on here. This looks like booze. This looks like a good time. If you want to get your drink on, go to the Science Center. And that's it. There's not a whole lot to look at here. Very disappointing selection of photos. I'm assuming it's more exciting than that. Look at this record, though. That is a nice looking record. Moving on to bigger and better things. Let's see, what else do we have here? What else do we have here? We have this is page 1 of 4. Can you believe we've only touched on less than a quarter of the attractions in the city of Detroit? There's a lot going on there. Being a science center, these experiences they're showing here are necessarily in the VerA Center, or some of them maybe at various science perimeters. Yes. The answer to your question is yes. They are in the center, and they're in the perimeter of the center. Because the Science Center is actually built over the top of Detroit's. The entire city of Detroit is actually one large city inside of one even larger room inside of the Science Center of Detroit's. But the Science Center of Detroit is actually located square in the middle of Detroit. So if you try to leave the Science Center, you actually walk into Detroit. But if you hit the edge of Detroit, you hit the edge of the Science Center. And then if you exit that door, you end up in Detroit again. Because Detroit is inside the Science Center. It's kind of like a snow globe, where you have a snow globe, but there's a snow globe inside the snow globe, and a snow globe inside that snow globe. And you can do a whole lot more science with that sort of infinite space available to you, if that makes sense. You live 15 miles from Science Center. Which one is the center of science? The center of science is probably, let's just find it really quick. Detroit Center of Science. So that's the building. You'll notice it looks like the Epcot Center. That's because Epcot, Florida, Disneyland, is actually a part of Detroit. Here it is. Yeah, it's like IKEA, basically. Exactly. An infinite void of space contained within itself, just like IKEA. Back to the museums, back to the tour. First Congregational Church of Detroit. That sounds boring to me. We're moving on. Look at the Salinas Casey Center. Wow. What is that thing? Is that a compass? Is that a, some sort of death laser, I believe. This is a death laser. It uses one of the rings from the Sonic the Hedgehog series. And that Sonic the Hedgehog ring focuses the laser. If you're an enemy to Detroit, they will blow you up on sight with this laser. It's actually a very good defensive setup they have there. So don't get on Detroit's bad side, or you're getting the death laser. The Belle Isle Aquarium, so we have even more aquariums. Nature Center has a bee. They have one bee. There's one bee in the entire Nature Center. Honeybees are going extinct. They're on the endangered species list. And so it's very important we keep them around, because bees are essential to our ecosystem. The honeybee will, pollinate flowers. Those flowers are also an essential part of our ecosystem. Things eat the flowers. Sometimes those flowers produce fruit. Things eat those fruit. Animals eat the fruit. We eat the fruit. We eat the animals. The animals eat us. The fruit eat us. The fruit eat the animals. And at the end of the day, none of that is possible without the help of this singular bee. And this bee right here is the last of its kind, and that's why honeybees are endangered. So Detroit is tasked with keeping the last honeybee alive until the end of days. So if anything happens to the honeybee, that's when those jellyfish finally take over, and we're done for. So it's a very precarious balance, but Detroit is in charge of keeping it for us. So thank you, Detroit. Thank you for all of the hard work you put in on a daily basis to keep us alive. Artist market, we can see some art here. The zoo has a tiger. It's got a tiger. It's not the only tiger. That was the only bee, but there are more tigers. We will not run out of tigers. There is no shortage of tigers. Tigers actually have never been on any endangered species list. And in fact, there are more tigers than there are grains of sand on the Earth. If you had a tiger for every star in the known universe, you would have infinite tigers, and that would be close to the percentage of the Earth that is made out of and constructed of tigers. That link didn't do anything. These are penguins. Penguins are like birds, but they're also like Batman villains. I'm not very well read on penguins, but they made a movie, and I believe in the movie, Morgan Freeman played a penguin and learned to tap dance, and then escaped the zoo, populated by animals from Madagascar. It's been a while since I've seen it. I might be a little rusty on it. It's not why the human children hang out with the sharks so much to form an alliance against the inevitable swarm of jelly rage when they come to take over. Well, you are on the nose again. You got it. You are star pupil. If I could give you a gold star right now, I would give you a gold star right now because you are nailing the understanding of what Detroit really means to be a Detroit among Detroits, in the city of Detroit, in the world of Detroit, in the universe of Detroit, in the galaxy of Detroit, in the ecosystem of Detroit, and in the mind's eye of Detroit. Yes. Human-Giant Shark Alliance keeps the jellyfish in check. Oh, these are flamingos. They're pink because they eat a lot of salmon, which are pink also. Or they eat other things that are pink, but also fish, I'm pretty sure. I think the pink comes from the fish, so these haven't been eating enough fish. But if they eat the sharks, they would turn very pink. But we don't eat the sharks because the sharks are helping us with the jellyfish. These are dolphins. These are also dolphins. You can tell that they're dolphins because they're swimming in the shape of a dolphin in the water. This is a small human. This is a smaller human. Some smaller humans have fur and sit in trees and eat bananas, like this one right here. This right here is a frog. It is a yellow frog. It may look the color of a banana or perhaps an orange, but it is not actually a banana or an orange. And it gains that color because it saw a banana or an orange at one point and through osmosis gained its color. Similar to how cuttlefish gains color whenever it wants to attract the mates, the Detroit Zoo has these mini frogs running around, and they will become orange or yellow like bananas or oranges to attract the mates because they see them and they're like, that's a good color, I could wear it. And this is another tiger. Again, we will not run out of tigers. There is no shortage of tigers. All will become tigers in due time, unless the jellyfish take us over. Heart Plaza, that's not even a heart. Detroit is just straight up lying to us now. Why would you do that? I want to go to Detroit, and you advertise Heart Plaza, and it's a weird circle with legs coming out of it. I was expecting a heart. This is a city of lies and deceit. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that part. We're going to move on to something else that's a little less lying to me. That's a Mickey Mouse. Okay. You know what? This is getting a little tired right now. So I'm going to take a brief intermission here. We're going to take a very brief little intermission. And after that brief little intermission, we'll get back with more Detroit. So you all hang tight, and in seconds, we'll return to the Detroit experience. We are going to Detroit right now. You got here right as I was about to take a brief intermission, but I will be back in a couple minutes. So hang tight, and okay, pulse like a heart. Okay, so maybe Detroit's not lying to us. If it has like the actual functionality and motions of a heart, then I can live with that. Okay, so where did you go? Okay, yeah, okay. So it's just like kind of like a donut-shaped heart, but, thinking on it, if it pulses like a heart, it could be a heart. Also, these could be arteries coming out of both sides of it, and as long as blood is circulating through the city, we should be good to go. But, for now, brief intermission. Brief intermission. The briefest of intermissions, and I'll be right back with you all for more Detroit educational experience. So you hang tight. Alright, and we are back. We are back in action. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the VerA channel. I'm still your host, VerA Proxima, and we are still going all in on Detroit, learning what it is to Detroit. What it is to Detroit is to become more than human. Yes, so to clarify, since I see you guys talking about it in the chat, we were human to begin, but now we must become Detroits. Because Detroit is the most human place in the world. And to become more than human, to become more than the humans that we already are, is to become Detroits. And if we become Detroits, we can become even more human than Detroits. Because Detroit is the root of all humanity, but also the root of all horses. Because when Detroit was founded on horseback, every man, woman, child, tiger, and the lone honeybee rode in on their horses' backs, and the sharks rode in on the sea turtles, and the jellyfish rode in, but we all tried to ignore them because we don't want them here because they're going to destroy us one day. Henry Ford said,
I hope you're okay today. I know sometimes things can be difficult, but I'm here for you.
and we took Henry Ford's words to heart and became beyond human. Anyway, let me catch up on chat here. I did a quick skim of it, but we'll see what's going on here. All right, the horses you think were involved in the founding of Detroit or in some way power the private train Henry Ford rode around Detroit. Yes, they were involved in the founding. The train is actually powered by children's souls, similar to Legoland. The horses were in charge of building all of the parades. But the parades encourage the human spirit and make the human spirit more impressive and more humanly. I was coming out from an angle for the first minute of the tour because I thought we were learning how to become Detroit as a convenient midway point on the way to becoming human. We are already human. Since we are in fact human, this is just to elevate our game. You know, people talk about like the, is the background Detroit? I wish. This is actually just an undisclosed alleyway that I am in currently. But I'm still trying to find a permanent location to film from. And Detroit seemed like a good option, so we're trying to figure out what the deal is with Detroit's, because that might be the ideal place for the VerA channel to take up action and become VerA excellent once more. Let's see, we're all definitely authentic humans. Yes, that's true. Maybe to put on your mantle of Detroit in a more symbolic sense. Very symbolically. Yes, that's correct. So if you want to become human, you have to remember human have red blood and not blue like yours. Rocket, you might want to get that checked out. I know you're not human, so it might be okay. I don't know parasite biology very well, but human blood is normally red. Some people like me have weird health conditions, and their blood comes out a little more oily. That's okay too. It's not ideal, but some humans just have little defects like that, and you gotta kind of deal with it. But I'm not judging. So, anyways, we were talking about a bunch of museums, and, we're talking about museums, we're talking about the bee. Where did we leave off before the break? Because I'm a little rusty on what was going on.
Captain Allen, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife.
It's not always about being human physically, but more emotionally. I can get that. I mean, I am physically human.
We could easily get it.
There are some, you know, my blood might be a bit oily, some of my skin's a little metally, but you know, everybody's got iron in them, so that only makes sense. But the emotional spirit is what we're really diving into, because you can be human and live all over the world. But if you really want to be...
Has he experienced an emotional shock recently?
Experiencing an emotional shock recently.
Saving that kid is all that
This is a weird tour. I don't understand what's going on with that.
I'll take care of it.
Okay, well, we're not talking about androids. We're talking about humans. Sorry, this video tour I got set up is kind of going off the rails. I don't entirely understand why it's doing this, but yeah, you know, the human spirit. You can live on a farm and be human, but you know what you're taking in? You're taking in the spirit of being a farmer. You're taking in the spirit of the corn, of the goats, the sheep, of rising when the sun rises and going to sleep when the sun unrises. And you can live in a mountain and take in the spirit of elevation and yetis, because those also live in mountains. If you live in a city, you surround yourself with people. So you are a person among people. And emotionally, you become the alpha human. Who are the most human humans? The most human humans are the humans who surround themselves with humanity and embrace it, and embrace the humanity in those around them. The more human your experience becomes, the more human you become. You know, you could live your entire life of flesh and bone and look in a mirror and be like, yes, I'm a human. But are you acting the parts? Because if you're not acting the parts, all you really are is a meat pinata that can move on its own. And surrounding yourself and engulfing yourself in that spirit is how you find the most human humans of all of humaning. And that's Detroit. You know, Detroit is that spirit. What is going on here? What is... that? Okay. Let's go out. Let's go check out. Go out into Detroit. See what it's like on the outside. Can humanity be defined? Yeah, I can define it right now.
No, please, I'm begging you.
I would define humanity as saving the small child on the rooftop
My name is Connor.
of our hearts.
What about you? What is your
Metaphorically speaking,
Daniel.
humanity can be defined
Stay back.
as Merriam-Webster would define being a human as humanity, and humanity would be defined as
Just like you.
the
I know how you're feeling.
What difference does it make if you're an android? You're
Oh,
on
not an
their
android.
side.
I'm a human. I'm trying to make a point here. I don't know what you're doing on this rooftop, man, but
Listen,
sympathize.
I know it's not your fault.
Seems like a good idea.
These emotions you're feeling are just errors in your software.
No, it's not my fault.
Hold on, we gotta save this
I
child real
never
quick.
wanted this.
And we can get back
I
into
love
the
them.
important
You know,
business of Detroit and humanity.
But I was nothing to them. Just a
Humanitizing.
slave to be ordered
You
around.
know, humanity may sound like manatee, but being a manatee does not necessarily give you humanity. It gives you more manateeing.
There's no way out, Daniel. What you've done is too serious. The only
but
question is whether or not you take
Humanity
it
and manatees are both mammals.
It's not up to
Webster, wasn't he a
I'm
dictionary
holding
though?
my
Is he
cards.
also Detroit? Could he really speak
I
to being
die,
human?
She
Fuck,
dies.
you're right. Okay, Detroit is
You
not.
hear me?
Detroit is not a human. It is constructed of humans. And Webster is not a human. It is constructed of words. But words are not human. Words are the product of humans. So Webster, by process, is
Are you okay, Emma?
subhuman as a result of human.
I don't want to die.
Nobody's going to die. Stay calm.
What are
Everything's
we?
going to be
What?
fine.
I don't know what's going on right now. There's a lot going on right now.
I can't stand that noise anymore.
I can't stand the
Tell
beaker.
that helicopter to get out of here.
You should set the kid down and go away.
I don't think they'd listen to me.
Oh wait. I think I probably want to go for the other one.
Listen, there are snipers on every roof. Let the hostage go. You have no other choice.
I want everyone to leave!
Probability of success 22%. Fantastic.
I want a car. When I'm outside the city, I'll let her go.
I am trying to do an educational tour, and then this shit happens and really gets in the way of what I'm trying to do. I want to focus on talking to you guys, but it's kind of high stakes right now. I apologize for that.
I want to die. You're not going to die. We're just going to talk. Nothing will happen to you.
My glasses aren't attached correctly.
I've spent my life taking orders. Now it's my turn to decide.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Why would you do that? There you go. I talked the X a whole bunch of times. Oh, the kid's safe. The kid's fine. We're good. We're good. Everything worked out okay. And you know why that kid's safe? You wanna know why that kid's safe? Because we're in Detroit, ladies and gentlemen. A city based around humanity. And if you mess with the kids of Detroit, you mess with the best. This human male, special agent just sacrificed himself to save a small child. Not everyone would do that. But Detroit would do that. Do you want to be everybody else, or do you want to be Detroit? I like the emotes. Those are good. Oh shoot, sorry, have I been on the small screen this entire time? Sorry about that, I meant to go on the big screen and I apparently forgot to go back to the gameplay screen, so let's transition back over to that. There we go, here we are. Alright, so this is the City Hall of Detroit. CVS stands for Community, Vision, and Stability. Those are the three cornerstones of living in Detroit and embracing its culture. The pharmacy represents the medicine for the human condition, the medicine for the soul. We thought it was all just part of training for becoming Detroit. You know, sometimes you gotta stand in the parking lot and talk with the TV blaring in the background to really become Detroit. So that is a part of the training, but we're moving on to the next phase, and that is this. You're very close, Drynup. You're very close. It is not a Walgreens pharmacy, but it is a CVS pharmacy. You see, Walgreens and CVS are like the same thing but different, because a CVS pharmacy is actually the Capitol building for Detroit, whereas a Walgreens pharmacy is the Capitol building for the city of Walgreens. But you're on the right path, so good on you. We're going to do a little walking tour of Detroit. You know, we've been talking about all of these historical landmarks. We've been talking about the historical significance of all of these people, but have we really been experiencing Detroit firsthand? No, of course not. So we're going to start at City Hall here, and we're going to take in everything this city has to offer. Welcome to Detroit, 1701. 1701 is the area code of Detroit. So if you're ever looking for Detroit on a map, go to 1701, and you'll get there in no time. Right over here, we have the First National Bank of Detroit. This is where Thomas Jefferson and William H. Hancock first wrote the dollar bill that they use in Detroit. Detroit does have its own currency, Detroit dollars, and it is accepted most places in the world, but you might have a steep exchange rate if you are in anywhere that's not Detroit. So now we're going down the main streets of Detroit. You have the T-Mobile building. T-Mobile is the sponsor of Detroit, but not of the stream. I'm not sponsored by T-Mobile. There are many cars. Now, these are not Henry Ford's car. As we discussed earlier, Henry Ford invented cars, but he rode around in a train. He did ride around these same streets in his train back in the day. They actually had to build special railroad tracks specifically for Henry Ford to drive his train. But they have since been removed since he is a skelly man and does not drive trains as often as he used to. Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm glad I can clarify for you guys. Alright, so, keep going, keep going. You can tell that this screenshot was taken recently because it is the winter season. In the winter season, the leaves fall from the trees and the trees become barren and scarce of leaves. So if we keep going down Main Street, very soon you'll start to see more buildings, such as the city cleaners. The city cleaners clean the city. They are in charge of making sure these streets are spotless. If you look at the street we have been traveling down so far, you'll notice there is not a single misplaced wrapper or bottle or half-eaten sandwich or discarded kazoo or tiger remnants anywhere on. That is my model, and I should not be moving that right now. Sorry about that. Trees turn into skeletons in the winter. This is true. This is true, they do. But yeah, these streets are clean. The street cleaners of Detroit are just doing their job. So give a big thanks to the Detroit street cleaning crew. Over here, this is one of the many, many glorious parking lots of Detroit. What's cool about this one, so what's really fun about this parking lot is it turns into an alley when you get behind the building. And the fun thing about this alley is it has two dumpsters. And believe it or not, there are two dumpsters on my schedule screen. So if you look at my schedule here, you'll see that there is one and two dumpsters, two different dumpsters, similar. They're not the same dumpsters because I have not yet been to Detroit. I'm only touring it via the internet, which was also invented by Henry Ford in Detroit. He definitely was a many-faceted man. Also, while we're on the schedule stream, I'll just, talk about my affiliate party one more time. You should go to it. It's going to be great. It's going to be tomorrow. We're going to play video games. Why not go and enjoy them? Back to the beautiful gameplay that is touring the city of Detroit. Leaves are back over here by the cleaners. That must be because of their invigorating energy. That's right. The cleaners will actually eat the leaves for extra energy. It's it's similar to how people used to eat the cocoa leaves to get extra energy when working in countries where they have the cacao trees that grow the cacao, which is how you spell cocoa, even though cocoa and cacao are spelled differently, and I'm still not sure why they changed the spelling like that, or maybe it's just a language thing. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. I'm an expert on Detroit. Do they keep the dumpsters in pairs so they have companions and don't get depressed about eating? Exactly. A lone dumpster is one of the saddest things you could have in this world. And so, this way, the dumpster will always have a friend it can talk to. And also, if you have dumpsters in pairs, if one of the dumpsters turns out to be a jellyfish spy, the dumpster hanging out with them can report to the CVS pharmacy and let them know that there is a jellyfish spy in your midst and you need to get rid of that thing because that is bad news for everybody. Bad news. If you ever find someone associating with jellyfish, please report them to your local CVS pharmacy because we need this world to stay safe so all of the people of Detroit can continue to throw themselves off of rooftops rescuing children. Alright, now up here is a very important landmark. Flagstar is not the important landmark. I'm sure they're nice people, but I can't vouch to anything about them. This is McDonald's. Now, this is very important to the Detroit lifestyle, as when you go to a McDonald's, the first thing you might notice is these golden arches. And these golden arches represent 2, but not 3, of the major ideals that Detroit lives by. Now, does anyone in the chat remember what these ideals are that Detroit lives by? There are 3 of them. And if you can get them right, you get another gold star on your report this week. Not that we have reports, and not that you're in my class, but metaphorically, you get a gold star, and that's what everyone's really after in this world. A little bit of recognition, a little bit of a gold star on their Twitch stream. Now, there were 3 major qualities, and 2 of them are represented by these McDonald's golden arches, but not the 3rd. Remember, CVS Pharmacy, the C, the V, and the S stood for what? Gotta make sure you're listening. Community, V, and something. That's right. Community, V, and something. But you know, community is the first one, and the second one was the letter V. I think it was versatility. I don't remember either. But you know what? That's good enough for me because I can't remember, but I do remember community, and community is the most important part. Community is the act of being communing with people. Community, actually, we're gonna do a little bit of research here. First of all, humanity. Meaning, because we were talking about humanity before, the human race, human being collectively. Oh, you know what else has a collective population? The city of Detroit. But community, similar to humanity, is a TV show that is available on Netflix. Initially it aired on NBC. I believe it was NBC. Was it NBC? It could have been ABC. I can't remember. It was about a community college, and that's not what we're actually looking for right now. Popping in before bed real quick, have you become a robot? What? What? I'm sorry, Dia, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's great to see you, though. Thank you for coming by, and I hope you have a great night. But this is about humanity. This is about the Detroit experience. This is about being the best human we can. Robots aren't a part of this equation, so I'm not really sure where that idea came from. That's what the game was about? Humans becoming... Oh, I used the wrong category this whole time. I'm so sorry, you guys. Let me just fix that real quick. There we go. Updating the category. I'm sorry. The category was supposed to be travel and outdoors. I didn't mean to put Detroit as a game. I meant to put travel and outdoors, and I saw Detroit, and it seemed like the right thing to put in the blank. No robots here, though. Sorry you're not getting any robots in your brief stay. We're just enjoying the sights and sounds of our favorite city, Detroit. We're at the Detroit McDonald's right now. So yeah, the arches in this stand for community.
You're not just a regular moron. You were designed to be a moron.
Don't shame my chat with that. Unless you're shaming me, in which case it's okay. But I'm clearly smart and know what I'm talking about, so the GLaDOS soundbite is still good. I like hearing it. Thank you for redeeming it, regardless. Also about the jellyfish shark human shoulder souls. Yeah, no, we're learning here. We're learning. This is a very edutainment, it's a very edual hour of education, people. We're educating people on Detroit. Back to business. The arches stand for community. There are two arches. You know what else there are two of? Dumpsters. The dumpsters come in pairs like the arches. It's symbolic, it's important, it's one of the cornerstones of society, and especially Detroit society. So McDonald's is very important. Another important detail about McDonald's is the fact that you can buy an ice cream sundae. Shame on you for making the mistake of putting Detroit becoming human. Yeah, I'm okay. That's my bad. I apologize, Rocket. It's fixed now. Dia corrected me. Everything's okay. Everything is okay. I love that combination. Oh, that's Frexels? Oh, I love that. I love the Frexel emote with the wings. That's a really fun combo. You can buy a chicken sandwich there for $1. It's not really relevant to the experience at hand, but if you're ever looking for a bargain, go to Detroit. They got McDonald's. Nowhere else in the world has McDonald's. It's only Detroit. This is a parking lot. But anyway, this is the secondary Main Street. That was the primary Main Street, the one that Harrison Ford used to ride his train down in the day. But now, this is the modern Main Streets, in which everybody's an angel in the chat. I like it. Oh wait, the wing is just a global thing? Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. So this is the new Main Street. You will see the famous street lights of Detroit. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lights here. There's one light for each day of the week. This is the Monday light, the Tuesday light, the Wednesday light, the Thursday light, the Friday light, the Saturday light, and the Sunday lights. Each light only works one day a week, and the other 6 days it'll actually show the wrong traffic signals. So you gotta be very careful. Now this seems like a recipe for a traffic disaster, but I assure you they do this on purpose because they need to keep the people of Detroit on their toes and understanding what the city really means to them. And that requires 100% focus around the clock. And so you have to know which day of the week it is, which traffic light to look at. And this is basically their way of thinning the herd if people seem to get out of line with the Detroit image. You ordered a Sprite from McDonald's and they gave you clown juice. That's because you weren't going to the Detroit McDonald's, Rocket Time. All the other McDonald's are liars. They're filthy liars and they don't love you. They don't love you. They don't love you. They're lying to you. If they say they love you, it's because they're liar McDonald's for liars. Detroit is the only McDonald's that's real. You have to already be Detroit to understand the lights, or can an outsider learn them well enough? They give you an 1,800-page pamphlet when you first arrive in the city, so you just review that on your first day and you should be golden. Anyway, you'll see this person here is clearly an out-of-towner because they're using the Wednesday light on a Tuesday. Oh my god, they must be embarrassed. So this is the main city park here, and you'll notice it has the customary 60-degree angle on the signposts. It's actually closer to a 45. They probably need to fix that, get the city cleaners in here to update it. That is so that very small people on skateboards can use them as ramps to get it airborne, because it's not very efficient for tiny people with skateboards to ride on the main city streets, because there are full-size large cars on these roads, and it's very easy to miss a man on a skateboard who is 1 to 2 inches in height. So what they do is they write up these signs and catapult themselves over the city to get to new locations and avoid the dangers of city traffic. This building right here is where I could potentially live one day if I move to Detroit. If I decide to move my stream to Detroit, that's it. That's it. This is the building. There are no other homes in Detroit. All of the city residents live on this block. The other buildings are mostly there for show, but also largely they are tiny little people boxes. And a people box is a box full of people, but it's not the same as a home. A people box is just a place where you would go during the day to sit in a small room and contemplate your existence. So you would live in this, and then you would go over here, and you would sit in it, and you would think. You would just think. You would think about what you had for breakfast, what you're having for dinner, what you're going to have for breakfast in a year, what you're going to have for dinner in a year, what you're going to be doing with your life in 10 years. Are you going to be doing your life in 10 years? I hope so. I hope everything's going okay for you. But that's what the people box is for. It's for sitting and contemplating. And there are a lot of those around. And they look like houses, but Detroit doesn't work that way. This is blurred out because it is information I shouldn't be sharing on stream. So lucky for you, you're not getting the secrets of Detroit. So you're going to have to go witness them for yourself firsthand. And now I'm changing the window size wildly because I grabbed the edge and this is a mistake. Oh no. Wait, we can make that wider? Oh, we can. Yo, check it out! We can make things fit the window properly. Oh, that's not the right thing at all. Hold on. Wow. How's that? The Detroit secrets, that's right. It's very important for them to keep something secret, because, you know, outsiders could be in league with the jellyfish, so if you find this information online and you're a jellyfish, first of all, get off my stream, because that's against the law. But second of all, you're not going to get the secret Detroit passwords from me, because these maps don't show them. This is City Park number 2. You may notice that it's very large and has a bunch of people gathered over here. I don't know if those are actually people. That might just be a wall that's very colorful, but it could be a wall made out of people. Because there are a lot of mimes in Detroit, and those mimes do like to line up in a line and form walls. Those walls are symbolic of the walls that hold up the city. And oftentimes they literally are the walls that hold up the city, because that is one of the many occupations awaiting you in the city of Detroit. So we'll just keep going a little bit further. This is a baseball field. You would play baseball here. Now, baseball is a game that humans play with a ball and a bat. There is a home base, and that is where you live. But it's not the same as your house that you live in. This is where you live when you play baseball. You can have friends over and have tea parties, but it's all on the small little octagonal plates. And that is the home base. The real life tour through Detroit in person really helps bring the knowledge learning about a concentrated experience locations earlier, really brings context. As it should, as it should. Is that a baseball field for ants? Well, remember, Drynock, we can't overlook the small 1 to 2 inch tall skateboard riders of the city. They do play baseball here as well. There is a separate larger field for the full-size residents as well as a separate field for the Tigers. But we'll get to those later, maybe. I actually don't know how to get to those on this map, but we'll see what we can do. So these trees are Detroit's native trees. It is a green tree. This is the green tree. It is called that because it has green things growing on it. And this is the less green tree. It's called that because there are less green things growing on it. This is the majestic redwood. It is called that because it also has green things growing on it. But they are having a fun day of naming trees at that time. And these trees, I don't know what they're called because I am not a tree person. I'm not a tree biologist. I'm sorry. If you came to this stream expecting me to be a tree biologist, unfortunately this was not the right stream for you. But if you want, I can do some research into trees and let you know my findings on a future episode of the VerA channel, hosted by VerA Proxima, who is me, future resident of Detroit, beautiful city, maybe future resident. I don't know for sure if I'm moving there. I might be underqualified for this glorious city. Let's keep tracking things down, and I think rather than just doing a tour, we should just reenact the day in the life of what it would be like to actually live here. It's an Aspen. You can tell it's an Aspen because of the way it is. Thank you, Drynock. That's the intel I needed. There you have it. So we're gonna just pretend that we are a Detroiter, or a Detroitee, if you will, or a Detroititioner. Detroititioner is the name for some people in Detroit, but not all of them. And we're going to just start our day at the one-way traffic only sign. So you would probably go here, 8 a.m. on a Monday to check in for your first day work at the one-way traffic only sign. And to work at a one-way traffic sign, you have one job, and there's only one way to do it, and that's to control the traffic. Now, what you would do is you would tell the cars as they pass by, oh, hello, you're going the wrong way, this is a one-way road. And then they would say, thank you, I am a car, and then they would turn around. So you would do this for about 8 hours, because that is your job, you're a one-way traffic sign. Host, you're the host of the one-way traffic sign. Something a lot of people don't know, gas stations, for instance. Gas stations in 49 out of 50 states, I believe in 49 out of 50 states, you can get your own gas. But in the state of Detroit, not Michigan, the state of Detroit. Detroit is in fact in Michigan, but it's its own state. I don't think we touched on that earlier. It's kind of like the Vatican. It's the Vatican of the United States. Now you could say Washington, D.C. is the Vatican of the United States, but it's actually Detroit. Either way, in the city-states of Detroit, it's similar to how if you go to a gas station in most places in the country, you can get your own gas. But if you go to a gas station in Oregon, you have to have a gas station attendant pump your gas for you. Same thing with Detroit. If you want to use a road sign in Detroit, you have to have a road sign host who tells you what the road sign says. Because not everyone is able to read signs on account of the fact that a lot of people in Detroit have lost their eyes to jellyfish things. So the host is there to inform you that, hey, you're driving the wrong way on this one-way street. Because the sign is for people who still have their eyes. Make sense? Great. So you do that for 8 hours, and then it's time to go home. And you live down this way, so you keep going. And before you go home, you're going to go for a nice walk by the woods. Not through the woods, because Google Maps doesn't allow you to go into the woods. Also, you're not allowed to go into the woods. You don't go into the woods. Do you see these woods over here? Do you see this? Do you see what this is right here? Do you see this? Do you see this? We don't go there. We don't go there. If you see the woods, don't go into the woods. Don't enter the woods. You're not allowed to go in the woods. The woods are strictly off limit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay out of the woods. Drying up, I know you're thinking about going in the woods. You're not allowed to go in the woods. You have to stay away from the woods. Button. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Dia, if you're still here, you better not be in the woods right now. Okay. I think I made my point clear. So we don't go in the woods, but we will walk along the edge of the woods, keeping a safe distance because, you know, we must follow the guidelines of the city, and the guidelines say stay far, far away from the woods. And now we're gonna go, and we're gonna go get dinner because it is 7 p.m. on a Monday, and we've been working so hard all day, and we just finished our walk, and so we're gonna go, and we're gonna eat dinner. And where do you eat dinner when you're in Detroit? Well, there are many options. Detroit is riddled with restaurants. There is a restaurant every 5 to 10 feet in Detroit, and all of them, do the trees grow those blues organically, or are they the product of the trees defending themselves from the Google Maps? Yes to both. There is a restaurant in Detroit every 5 to 10 feet, so you're not limited with choices for what kind of restaurant you want to go to. So all you have to do is just walk and walk and walk and walk, and pretty soon, very, very soon, short distance from anywhere you go, there's a nice conveniently located restaurant, and so you walk for like 20 seconds in any direction, and you're right at the restaurant, which is right here. I'll be there in a second. We gotta make sure we pick a good restaurant, so just hold your horses, everybody. Not your parade constructing horses, not the founding horses, your horses. Hold them. Make sure your horses know that they're loved. Give them a hug. Give them a little smooch. Give those horses a nice pat on the back and tell them you love them and that they're a good horse and they're well taken care of. And they'll be even more well taken care of when you all move to Detroit together. One day, down the line, in the distant future of right now. Right this very moment. Right after we get our meal at the Detroit restaurants, which are so ample and everywhere. And always surrounded by restaurants everywhere you go in this fair city. We will not run out of restaurants. There will be no shortage of food. Where are the restaurants at? Oh look, it's a Kentucky Fried Chicken. I found a restaurant. That's what this is. It's a KFC. It's not a house, it's a KFC. I found the restaurant because I am good at giving tours and I am not making it up on the fly. This is the restaurant, so you go to the restaurant and you're like, I would like 1 pound of chicken, please. And then Colonel Sanders himself will come out and be like, this is Detroit's finest chicken. Cherish it, child. Cherish it like your very own dinner. And then he cooks the chicken for you right there on the spot. He dips it in 7 herbs and spices. And with those 7 herbs and spices, you now have Detroit, Michigan's customary food of choice of all the people in Detroit. The Detroit Kentucky Fried Chicken, invented in Detroit. Also by Harrison Ford, the inventor of Ford Motor Automobiles. Alright, so you got your dinner, you're going home. And you know what, you're gonna go home, but you just realized you left the oven on. And the oven is not at your home. The oven is on the opposite end of town. And this map view is just stuck in residential hell, and we're not getting anywhere interesting, and I want to go back to the city, but I don't know how to get back to the city, so we're going to have to make a detour. Oh no. Oh no. It's not working. Not working. This is your car, and this is where the oven was. It's in the showroom. It may say Ray Last and Buick GMC in the corner. That's a lie. This tour has gone a little off the rails, but that's okay. because I want to go over here and see what's going on with this building, because it looks great. How do you get out of this parking lot? I'm stuck in the parking lot. I can't get out of the parking lot. How do we get out of here? You can tour the inside of the building? You know Google Maps goes inside of buildings? I didn't even know Google Maps went in buildings. Apparently Google Maps can go inside. Is there anybody working in here? Yes, but they're blurry. Oh, well that person's not blurry. Those guys aren't blurry. Oh, this guy's not blurred anymore either. Let's get out of here. I don't want to, like, dox these people at work. Living the Detroit dream. Making the Detroit work Detroitly. That's what you do in Detroit. I just want to go over there to that orange building. Give me the orange building! Give me the orange building! There's no way out of here. We are stuck in this car lot till the day we die. Oh no. Oh no, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I worked all day at the traffic sign, and now I'm stuck in a stupid parking lot and I can't go home. Oh no, the trees did hear us talking. We're not supposed to talk about the trees. So if you talk about the trees and they find out, they'll get you stuck in a parking lot and you live in that parking lot for the rest of your days. We did agree we're living in the forest, but they're still punishing us. Why are they still punishing us? Why can't we go home? Why can't we leave Detroit? We're trying to follow your rules and you're not letting us follow your rules. I just want to go home, Detroit. I just want to go home, Detroit. Why are you doing this, Detroit? How do I get out of here? I can't get out of here. I'm stuck. I am stuck in Detroit and I can't leave. I don't want to go to Detroit anymore. I thought I liked Detroit, but I don't know if I like Detroit anymore. And Detroit has made me its prisoner and I want to go home. Please, Detroit. Please have mercy. Trees of Detroit, hear my plea. We weren't going to enter the forest. I promise we weren't. Detroit, Detroit, Detroit. We're gonna die here. We're gonna die in Detroit. I'm not ready for this. Oh wait, we can just back out of the map and find a new map. Never mind, false alarm, you guys, we're okay. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's back out again. Let's back out again. Is there anything anyone would like to see in Detroit while we're here? The attractions that strike your fancy. You know, this map right here is actually a map of the entire city. And if we zoom out the map, you can see the entire city of Detroit is fairly huge, fairly large. So this is Detroit. As we mentioned earlier, the Science Center is actually in a giant building surrounding Detroit. They don't show it very well on the map, but it is there. And this is the ocean. It says lake because these are liars, but this is where you find the sharks, the sea turtles, the jellyfish. Don't talk to them. Don't associate with them. Don't be a jellyfish sympathizer. If you're a jellyfish sympathizer, you get the axe. That's the catchphrase of Detroit, by the way. Anyway, let's zoom in on a different thing. We're going to go over to Rochester Hills. Rochester Hills is my favorite. Well, we've been to McDonald's. McDonald's is great, but we don't need to go back there. We're gonna go to the Red Roof Inn, Detroit, Rochester, and can we get a street view? Can we get a good street view of that? I don't know if we can. But we can get a layer view surrounding it. This is what the city looks like if you are a plane. Now, if you're riding a plane, it's not going to look like this because the chances of you seeing a perfect perpendicular angle to the ground from a plane is very limited unless you're on glass-bottom planes. And most planes don't have glass bottoms. But if you were a plane, you'd probably have eyes on your stomach, and those eyes would see this view of the city. Got Colonial Drive here, which is known for, this is where the colonizers landed. When they first hit Plymouth Rock, Detroit, they went to Colonial Drive, and they unloaded their boats, and it started with the horses, and then the tigers, and then the bee, the singular bee. They all got off, and that's when America was made, right in the heart of Detroit. Galaxy, welcome to the chat, welcome. We are just experiencing what it is to Detroit, to be in Detroit, to live in Detroit, to love Detroit. And I am burning out hard, but that's okay. Because if you burn out in Detroit, you're burning out with the best of them. This is Tim Hortons, actually. So I've never been to a Tim Hortons, and I'm kind of surprised they have them in Detroit, because I thought Tim Hortons was a Canadian chain, and Detroit is not actually in Canada. Detroit is in Detroit, and Detroit is in the United States, and it's in Michigan, but it's primarily inside of Detroit. And I thought Tim Hortons was actually like a donut place in Canada, so we're gonna look up Tim Hortons real quick. This seems necessary to our research. That is not how you type things. Hold on, Tim Hortons. Let's see here. What is going on with Tim Hortons? Favorite establishment of all of the district of Detroit and USA. There is a USA. So we got Tim Biebs. Tim Biebs. That's a good word. I want some Tim Biebs. If anyone's got Tim Biebs, I'll give you my delivery information, and you can send them to me. I did beat FF7. Yeah, or 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago I beat FF7. I got to the end of it. It was like 5 hours. We weren't super far out, but I did make it through to the end of the game. And, you know, it was very much like normal Final Fantasy VII until the last chapter, and then it went completely off the rails, and it landed in Detroit. And once we got in Detroit, I was like, I can't believe Sephiroth is in Detroit. It's crazy. How did he get here? I don't know. Bieb's balls will be dropping soon. Yeah. How old is Bieb? I hear Bieb and I think Bieber. And now I have this really bad vision of Justin Bieber going through puberty. And Justin Bieber isn't in Detroit, and I don't want to think about him going through puberty. God, I need to get off of the Bieb balls screen. Okay. You can't win Bieb balls, so if you want to win... Oh my god, this is Justin Bieber! Fuck, get out of here! Oh, okay, we're done with that. We're done with Tim Hortons. That was our tour through Tim Hortons. Fuck. Is that... That's him still, isn't it? I don't know. Stop it, Tim Hortons. You're tearing me apart with this shit. Okay, we're back to the attractions. That's fine. You want to make... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. There will be more RPGs in the future and more chances to make fun of me, though. I always appreciate it. It's all Bieber. It's just a page of pure Bieber. It's disgusting. I just wanted to look at donuts and think about eating donuts because I love donuts. Donuts are great. Shout out to donuts. I think they're my favorite gender. Is that how that meeting goes? I think so. Alright, anyway, Peppa Pig World of Play is the most important part of Detroit's city as a whole. If you want to go to Detroit and you don't go to Peppa Pig World of Play, then you are a fossil of a bygone era and don't deserve Detroit anymore. Okay? Go to Peppa Pig World. Be Peppa Pig. Love Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig is all. This is a Peppa Pig only stream at this point. Is there a Peppa Pig category? We're going to change the category to Peppa Pig because we are now going to delve into the world of Peppa Pig. This is Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig Detroit. Capital of fun. You just noticed what? You noticed the thing? What did you notice? You noticed the thing, a good thing? Did you notice a good thing? Was it a fun thing you noticed? Was the fun thing you noticed Peppa Pig World of Play? We're going to add it to our favorites, first of all. We're going to find some better pictures of it, because there's not much here. Peppa Pig World. Peppa Pig World. I look like Mr. Potato from Peppa Pig. Thanks, Galaxy. Thanks. I appreciate it. Just like Mr. Potato. The character from Peppa Pig. Yeah, that's me. I'm Mr. Potato from Peppa Pig. You got me. You got me. I was hiding here this entire time. That insult doesn't even make sense. But I'll take it. Thank you. Alright. Join Peppa and friends in the very own theme park. So this right here is Peppa in the middle. And behind Peppa is Peppa's Mama Pig. And over here are some humans. And over here are some humans on the side. And that's a tree back there. And a roller coaster. And, you just thought of it? Yeah, I'll take it. That's fine. That's fine. What else can we find about Peppa Pig here? I would like to learn more about... Let's meet the characters of Peppa Pig. Remember this because it's going to be on the test later. Not an insult, it's awesome. How is being the Mr. Potato Head from Peppa Pig, not an insult. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, we got games. We got games on Peppa Pig Family. 3 Peppa Pig games. We know how much fun Peppa Pig games are, so we have put together a little selection for you to download and play with the little ones. Get creative with your pen and pencils and download the Peppa Pig coloring in picture. Take care to join the dots in the Peppa Pig to-do game. Navigate your way through the Peppa Pig maze and draw Mr. Potato in his car. Wait a second. Are you meaning to tell me there actually is a Mr. Potato and Peppa Pig and you're not just saying nonsense? I thought you were making shit up. There's actually a Mr. Potato and Peppa Pig? What the hell? What the hell? No way. Okay, wait. Mr. Potato, Peppa Pig, Peppa Pig. Mr. Potato, Peppa Pig. What the fuck? I didn't even know this was a thing. Mr. Potato Peppa Pig has a mustache. I don't have a mustache. Hold on. I can't have a mustache. Let's get a mustache going in here. Alright, there you go. Now I'm Mr. Potato from Peppa Pig. What does this have to do with Detroit, you might be asking yourself? And I will tell you, this has everything to do with Detroit because the Peppa Pig Museum is in Detroit. And the Peppa Pig Museum is the main thing that you do in Detroit. You go to Peppa Pig theme park in Detroit. That's in the UK. That is not what's in Detroit. The UK is not Detroit. If you're in the UK, you got lost and you're not actually in Detroit anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the YouTube, the youtube.com. We're going to wrap this thing up in a moment. I may be running out of material to talk to you about Detroit, but hopefully you're sold on Detroit at this point in time. This is not Detroit. This is Mr. Beast and Donald Duck, both of whom are from Detroit, but this is not actually what Detroit is all about. Detroit is all about this right here. This is what Detroit is about. Copyrighted music that we're going to have to mute immediately. Get that out of here. Fuck your copyrighted music. I don't need that here. Wow. This is like the tour we were on, but with like a higher frame rate. Can you believe it? They're making popcorn there. This is the other traffic lights. That looks like they got 4 there, so they have one for Monday through Thursday. And those are trees growing in their natural environment inside the buildings of Detroit. The lobby of Detroit. This is not actually a building. It looks like a building, but it's actually a lie in building form. Constructed by the jellyfish and thrown into the middle of the city just to test your knowledge of Detroit's whereabouts. That's a real Pegasus, by the way, not just a picture of one. Pegasuses are a kind of horse, and as we mentioned, horses are pivotal to the Detroit experience. So one day they just decided to give them wings, and the rest was history. If you have a Discord, you have some very serious questions to ask you in private. I don't have a Discord channel. I think you can message on Twitch, though. You can just message me on Twitch. That's fine, too. This has been a good video tour. Anyway, I think we're done with it, though. I think we're very much done with it. So, let's wrap this wonderfully confused stream up and call it a day. Thank you all for enjoying the many amazing points of Detroit with me today. I think it was very educational. I hope it was educational for you as well. If you're considering moving to Detroit, drop me a like, comment, and subscribe to detroit.detroit.tv, and we will reconvene on somebody else's channel with a little bit of a raid. Because I think I think I am ready to stop recording right now. But yeah, one more time, in case you missed it, in case you missed the schedule. That's the schedule. Same time tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream is not about Detroit. I do apologize for that, but it is about having a fun time. We like fun here. Fun is where it's at. Alright, so let's find a good raid target. Who is live right now? Let's see, a lot of people are live right now. We were raided by Ray Kondo the other day, so I think we'll return the favor. She is currently playing a weird Pokemon fusion game where all the Pokemon are like a mashup of two different Pokemon, which is kind of fun. I had like a Seal that was also a Caterpie, and that's pretty good stuff. So we're gonna raid over to Ray Kondo, and thank you. The game is over. And so is the stream. We need a good raid message though. What is the raid message gonna be? It's gonna be, come to Detroit's. We have a B. That's the, not Detroit, come to Detroit's. We have a B. Thank you for enjoying the experience. I'm glad I can educate. My passion is teaching people about the many great places of the world. And from this experience today, trying to find a new place to live, a new place to love, a new place to enjoy, a new place to call home, I can safely say I'm probably not going to end up in Detroit whenever I find my new office. But you know what? We know better. Raid team, ready to strike. Alright, so, oh yeah, I have to actually do the thing. Raid. Make sure I spell this correctly. And yeah, the raid message is come to Detroit, we have a B. Raid Kondo, and alright, thank you all for coming back, and I will see you on the flip side. Have yourself a good one. May Detroit be with you.